types of graphic design. So yeah, basically a lot of people, I said it in the last video, a lot of people used to ask me what type of graphic design should I venture into. I don't want to waste my time. And I tell them the truth is, guys, there's no one type of graphic design that is the best. The truth about graphic design is you just have to know yourself, you have to know who you are before you venture into a graphic design. You have to know exactly, okay, what type of person am I, my emotions, check your emotions, just check yourself to know the type of graphic designer you are. And first, I would talk about this. I would say, for me, I used to check what kind of person I am financially before I venture into a graphic design. What kind of person I am financially first. Then I now check what kind of person I am or am I emotionally. What kind of person am I emotionally? What kind of person am I financially? Okay, am I the kind of person that love money, consistent money, and I don't mind how much it comes or how much the money is, but I love this money coming consistently? Or am I the kind of person that love money, huge money, but I don't mind when I get it? So whether a whether you are a pro at UI UX design or you are a corporate designer, you should understand first the kind of person you are. That's my own advice. Yeah, that's my own advice. You should understand the kind of person you are, because for an advertisement designer, which is somebody that design flyer, that design banner, that design stuff for company, you get your money every time. You get your money in fact, every day. To some if you are very good at what you do, you get your money every day. At the end of each month, you might be paid. If you're a freelancer and you know what you are doing, you might be paid up to 400,000 naira at the end of every month. Imagine working for like 5 6 company as a freelancer, and you do up to 30 40 designs for them every single month. So there is no graphic designer that is whack, then there's no one that is the overall best. Sometimes as a logo designer, you may not get a job for like 6 7 months. In fact, sometimes it may not come after 2 years, but once it comes, it can pay you the amount that an advertisement designer has been collecting for 8 months or 1 year sef. So uh moving on, let's just dive into each of these designs, yeah, so that you can understand the role of all of this design and pick whichever one you are more interested in. So yeah, for an advertisement designer, these people, they specialize in creating visual material for advertising campaigns across various platforms such as print, digital and broadcast media. So they work closely with marketers, they work closely with to develop concepts, design layout, and produce eye-catching visuals, and effectively communicate the brand message and drive consumer engagement. So majorly, if you are going to be an advertisement designer, you work majorly with the marketing team, and you work on designs like all these social media designs, all these prints, like banners, posters and all. So those are advertisement designer, and your major role is to communicate the brand's message and make sure that the designs you make are eye catching. So then the next one, we are going to be moving into corporate designer. So who is a corporate designer? Now, a corporate designer majorly, dey focus on developing visual identity and branding material for businesses and organization. So these guys are the ones that create the identity for businesses And let me say this before I continue. You don't necessarily have to be one, and that is all. You don't necessarily have to be one and you end it there. You can be more than one, you can be two, you can be four, you can be six, as long as you can do it and you can do it very well. Not that you are a mediocre of all of them and you are saying, I can do this, I can do that. No, as long as you can do them well, there's no problem being more than one. In fact, I am more than one design. I do more than one kind of design. So I'm an advertisement designer for some company. For most of the company I work with, I create their logo, I create their UI UX, their UI design. Sometimes I work as a publication designer, so I design books. In fact, most people that know me, they know I design book, and I'm also a motion designer, but I'm not that good with motion design. I just do it a little bit. So I don't go too much in motion design. But if there is an emergency and I don't have a motion designer around me, I can work my own way around the motion design. So it's not necessarily that you sit down with one. Even though as a beginner, I will personally advise you to niche down. Make sure that you are very good at one. Let people know you with this, that you do this as a beginner. So going forward, you can now start attaching others to yourself. You can start attaching other type of designs to yourself. When I started as an advertising designer. So that is all I do. Then later on, all these companies that I do advertisement for, I began to tell them and pitch to them to change their logo. And they said, wow, can you change our logo for us? I say yes, that I can change their logo, and I designed their logo and they love it. That's after I was already good with logo design. Then I began to pitch UI UX for some of them. They bought it, I designed their UI UX. And sometimes when they needed urgent motion or advertisement video, I do it for some of them. Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to sit down with one and make it a do or die affair. So corporate designers, these guys, they design logo, they design business card, they design letterhead and other collateral. They design stationaries for company. Yeah. So and the next one we have art and illustration design. Now, what is the role of this art and illustrator? These guys, they are skilled visual creators who specialize in hand drawn or digital illustration, painting and artwork. Throughout this book you would have seen most of it. Throughout this book you would have seen different illustration that was used. I didn't create any of the illustration. All I did was personalize it. That's the truth. I did not create any of those illustration. They are all from Freepik. All I did was just personalize it, change the color to match my color. Some of them are green, some of them are yellow, some of them are, I just changed most of the color because I understand the use of color. Yeah, so I changed this color to match what I want it to match, so that we would not have green on blue design. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So art and illustrator, these guys they use their creativity rather. They use their creativity and artistic talent to produce visually stunning and conceptually rich image for a wide range of purpose, including editorial illustration, book cover, character design and concept art. So most of these designs, book cover designs you see, all these art and illustrator or illustration designers are the one that create it. So if you are the type that you want to dive well into your creativity, like you don't like people controlling your creativity, because the truth is, as a corporate designer, as an advertisement designer, people are going to control you. They are going to tell you what they want, make the logo bigger, make it pop and all. You will hear all of this very well as every other type of designer. But as an art and illustrator, you are giving out your own creativity. You are dwelling, you are just giving people what is in your head, basically, as an art and illustrator. So then the next one we have environmental design. Now, this environmental design may confuse you a little bit, but I'm going to explain to you. Environmental design focus on creating visually engaging and immersive experience in physical environment. Yeah. So if there's something like an exhibition, a museum, a a public a public space, this art and environmental designer rather are the ones that they lay out, they consider the factor, the layout of the area, the lightning, the decoration and all of that area to communicate the right emotion. So for example, if you get to a tech hub, and imagine you getting into a tech hub and you are seeing a design that looks like a restaurant, maybe table and chair, and you are just seeing different things, and you be like, what exactly are you guys trying to communicate to us? So an environmental designer is the one that look at the tech hub, and they understand what to put where, they understand what to put there, they understand where to put what they put, and they understand how to communicate the emotions they want people to feel when they enter into the place. That's And these people, they design for majorly physical places. Then we have packaging designers. Now this one is also a kind of cool type of design, because packaging designers, this guy focus on designing packaging and labeling for products. So if you have a product like a fish feed, like all this rice and millet, so these guys are the ones that design package. All this Indomie carton around you, you would see all those label are designed by packaging designer. All those nylon chin chin, all those what's it called, cake that are well packaged, these are done by packaging designer. So they consider factors such as product protection, shelf appeal, because you don't just design it, the design has to look well on the shelf. Yeah. Imagine you putting a Bonfita in a bottle. I don't know if you understand. Imagine Bonfita is in a bottle, is Bonfita is put in a bottled water, like in a bottle that is designed for water. To not make any sense. Imagine oil, that's this oil is put into a nylon or a plastic bag. Yeah, it will not make any sense to the society. So packaging designers make sure that these designs, we have designs that match or that make sense for each product that are going to be inside of them, and this packaging itself, they look so appealing. So then we have the next one, publication designer. So publication designers, these guys are the ones that print, they design like brochure, they design for like uh for all these brochure, all these magazine and all. So these guys are expert with publication design. They design books and lay out your books and make sure that the inside of your books make a lot of sense to the public or to anyone that is reading it. In fact, a publication designer will tell you the right amount of word that should be in a line, the right amount of word that should be in a paragraph, and also these guys are very, very good when it comes to what they do. And the next one we'll be talking about is UI designer. So a UI designer, these guys, they specialize in designing visual elements and interactive components of digital interface such as websites, mobile app and software application. So before developers start developing, a UI UX designer is the one that would create a prototype of what it looks like, because it is not easy, it is not something very easy to go back and forth on code. It's not something very easy, but it is quite very easy and very it's a very good practice for there to be a UI UX designer that can correct whatever you want to correct. Then developers can then go ahead to start developing them. Then the last one we have motion designer. Now listen guys, whatever you see me talk about, these are just the basic ones that I can give to you guys. Basically, these are the basic ones that I can give to you guys. There are much more out there, and that's why I said in the beginning of the video that this is not the only material that you need. This is not the only material you'll be needing. There are other materials out there. Just go out and make extra research. That is the work that graphic designs or any that is the work we put into becoming better. Make sure that you are making more research every single day. Even I make more research. So motion designer, who is a motion designer? A motion designer specializes in creating animated graphics and um, visual effects for various media platforms. So all of those designs you see jumping around, or this jumping around kind of designs that are animating majorly, all these design that moves, so designs that actually moves, not all these still life graphics. These guys are motion designer. They use design tools such as Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere Pro to create motion graphic design. So they use animation software and techniques to bring static graphics to life, adding movement, transition, and visual storytelling elements that captivate and engage the audience. So if you want to become any of this, just study those things very well and know if you actually like any of this. If you want to become a motion designer, you will take it. There are a lot of time, because motion design is not like advertisement design. Advertisement design, I can create 40 in a day, but for a motion design, you may not be able to even finish one scene for 2 weeks. You understand? Are you the kind of person that love taking your time to make things? Are you the one that loves seeing interaction in design? Or you are the kind of person that just love quick design and you move on, just move on, move on, move on? Understand? So know the kind of person you are. Understand your financial emotion, how you like getting your money, and study all these type of designs, and then you can now choose to pursue your career in it. In the next video, we are going to be talking about the principle of design. For all of this and more, I'll see you in the next video.